Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode. Can you believe it? We made it this far in Pokemon A to Z. So, for the extra special season finale, I decided to go with, some players will say he's the worst coach in the league. Some players will say he's not quite as bad as Samak says he is. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as bad as Samak is, that's for sure. So I can't be the worst, right?
You do also have to say who you are. That's how
that works.
As part of it.
Everybody know. Well, not every. If you don't know who I am, you should know by now. All right, I am Omgitsdaddy, and I am here to talk about Cacturn. No, right. Never mind. Who are we talking about today?
So today, in the marvelous 10th episode, we are talking about Arcanine-Hisui, from the past version of Sinnoh, and I forget eventually here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm gonna have to start using a graph because of this walking wake and the 15 different Bocha in 3 different Vivions. Whiscash. So I believe that Whiscash is a Pokemon dear to your heart, but since it's the second Pokemon, why don't we go over through Arcanine-Hisui first?
Yeah, I think Arcanine is a pretty solid Pokemon, even in the Hisui form. So Rockhead is a really cool ability. Intimidate is obviously amazing, right? But I don't think we need to talk about that one too much. But I think Rockhead with its move pool is really solid. And this Pokemon on a draft team, I think, is extremely threatening. And even on ladder, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of the best Pokemon on ladder right now. I think it's sitting around like number 20. Mm-hmm. It's about double the usage of the other Arcanine, because it turns out having a better typing with more stab in a format with Terra, like a lot of the moves that it's losing to the other Arcanine was tearing out of anyways, so it's tearing out of them anyways, and then getting stab on Rock Slide is very impactful, in exchange for really not that much of a disadvantage. Though there are some teams where you may not want to Terra, but I would say Screens is probably a great example of where Arcanine is going to live that extra hit anyways. And there was another thing that I was going to say, and then I just completely forgot it, so...
Yeah, I mean, tearing to get out of that 4 times weakness is obviously great. What is it? It has 2 4 times weaknesses, correct? So
yes, ground and water.
Tearing away from that is great. But yeah, like you said, having the fire and rock stabs, very, very good.
And the really big thing, the flying resist in this format.
Yeah.
So many flying types in this format.
So which ability do you lean towards for building a team?
Yeah, only 1 extra fighting, net weakness in exchange for a couple extra things. Well, I think Intimidate is generally like the default ability, but there might be some situations in which you want to use Rockhead. I would say that Flash Fire is much more of a draft ability. I think that Arcanine and Arcanine-Hisui are generally like a side grade. I know that we made Arcanine-Hisui like notably cheaper than Arcanine at 16 instead of 18. I do think this was a mistake. I think they both should have been 18. I think they're about as good, and then it's like conditions as to whether you really don't feel like you can Terra at this game, then maybe sometimes it makes sense for that other Arcanine. But basically anything else the other Arcanine can do, this can do, but then also has the rock moves. I think it is missing like... I don't even know if it's missing a move.
Yeah, maybe like Burn Up or something? Or does it get that too?
It doesn't seem to learn Burn Up. Does Arcanine learn Burn Up in this format?
I don't know. Good question.
Doesn't seem to.
Okay.
Yes, so Intimidate, Flash Fire, Rockhead. Oh, I think the other difference is that it's slightly slower in exchange for, I think, is it 5 more attack? But yeah, in this kind of format where the 95 is still pretty contested, and the like the 90 to 95 doesn't really give you much besides Thundurus, which is an important speed tier, but is often not running max speed unless it's Scarf and is outspeeding the other one anyways. Maybe can feel a little bit less relevant. So yeah, I think you run some teams you might want to run like a Rockhead Choice Band set, or like a otherwise boost and kind of make like Clear Amulet. But I think otherwise I would tend to default to Intimidate. I think I used this on like 2 of the last couple teams that we've had as like a 4th, 5th Mon, just because it's very like it's like, oh no, we need something that resists Fairy and Flying, and then it's kind of like your guy for that if you're not using
easy to plug it into a lot of teams.
For sure, that Intimidate support is very strong, and then like Rock Slide and Flare Blitz or Heat Wave, Snarl, Wisp, all really, really solid sets of moves. So yeah, definitely this mon, and this 95 special attack is very usable. I'd say probably more so in draft, but we do see the occasional sets taking on Heat Wave, and then in draft you may feel more leverage to use a Power Gem or like a special Terra Blast. But
Overheat's always good too.
Yeah, definitely an option on like a mixed set. But this mon has just absolutely ludicrous coverage, and that style is really good utility. So yeah, definitely a strong Pokemon, very worth looking at in draft. So then Whiscash, it also has 3 abilities. I would say 2 of them are pretty decent in draft, because Anticipation, revealing if someone has a Grass type move, can be relevant. And if you bring out the Whiscash out on the field and they have Ting Lu, you don't think it's a Grass move that you're finding out about.
Right. Yeah, Whiscash, definitely not a Pokemon you can plug into any team, but I think when people are drafting, I guarantee this is a mon that gets looked at by a lot of people and nobody decides to take it ever.
Yeah, I mean, I've drafted it. I had it in like a singles league relatively recently because it's got hazards this gen, which I think has made it quite good. But I think I ran the hazard set maybe twice, and then I ran like a setup Dragon Dance set once, because sometimes people just can't hit Grass type well, and that 110, 73, 71 is pretty bulky. I think... Does it have access to Helping Hand? It does. Honestly, this might be a really decent Pokemon to use in draft, because it's got not quite the rainbow coverage, but it's got like that, Neapolitan ice cream coverage. Maybe a little bit more so. And that can be really decent to just have on the field. The Dragon Dance sets are okay. Like Icy Wind is good support. Helping Hand is really good on these Pokemon that are in that mid-range sort of speed, and if you want to give them that extra dimension. We've seen Garganacl as a Pokemon that does similar things. If we can just pretend somehow that anything Whiscash can do is equivalent to Soul Cure at 2 points instead of 17.
Yeah, I think it has a pretty decent support move pool too. It has like Chilling Water and Muddy Water and, like you said, Helping Hand and Yawn, right? Does it get Yawn? It should get Yawn.
Don't believe it does.
Why does it not get Whatever.
Okay. It's got Fissure. That's a support move.
There you go. Yeah. 30% of the time.
It lets you test if their Fortress is Overcoat or Sturdy.
Right.
That's
yeah, you could also run Mud Slap, next to Bright Powder and
if you Terra Ground, Mud Slap does become base 60.
There you go. See?
I remember that because someone did it on a Pokemon. I don't remember what Pokemon. It might have been a Spathra. Also, I've used Spark because I played against a rain team. I had Hydration with Rest and then like Dual Stab and Spark. Oh no, I think it was Spikes. Spikes, Liquidation, and Spark.
30% chance to pair is pretty decent in itself, right?
It's pretty alright.
It's not bad.
It like I said, this Pokemon has like that Neapolitan coverage. Sometimes you run into something that you would like a Zen Headbutt for. Probably not as much in this format. Like I feel like I would probably run Spark over Zen Headbutt against Urshifu Rapid and Quaquaval. Unless I was very sure it was getting that KO. Future Sight is an interesting move, though I don't know if it's good. But its damage is like pretty reasonable. Its utility's there with Helping Hand, and then we also see that it can do maybe feel better if it had Stockpile, but it does have that Amnesia option. I didn't think it had Iron Defense, so it is just scaling up on a special defensive side. But there are maybe teams where that makes sense. Maybe on a team with Wo-Chien, for example.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely a Pokemon that can fit onto a team which just wants a Pokemon, especially if it's just looking for an electric immunity. I think this is probably a reasonable ground type. But as to what we can do with it on ladder, is there something that you would like to do with Whiscash on ladder?
Well, when I saw these two Pokemon together, it just made me think Sand.
Okay, that's interesting. Because Arcanine gets a special defense boost, and they both learn Sandstorm?
Yeah, I mean, that was basically the gist of it. I'm like, we could bulk out the Arcanine a little bit with the Sand.
It doesn't get Weather Ball, right?
Then...
Now that it's Whiscash? No.
Does Weather Ball exist anymore?
Yes.
It does?
Yes, Weather Ball exists. It's got a more limited distribution because it's not a move tutor, but I've run it on Arbolifa. And I think we saw Belly Ball use it last season. And Kilowattrel runs it all the time in singles on Rain. So yes, it definitely does exist.
Ice Cube also gets it. Interesting.
Yes, Ice Cube's 65 special attack.
Yeah.
And then does it get better when it becomes no ice? Nope, still 65 special attack. Ice Cube's 65 special attack or 65 special attack. For what, like do you run on like a Sun team with Weather Wall? Have like that, like a Bolt Burn. Imagine if you got Terrain Pulse as well. You can have Electric, Terrain, and Sun Up, and then pretend it's like a Photosynthesis and Quark Drivemon using Weather Ball and Terrain Pulse for that Ice Fire Electric combo.
Yeah, broken. Yeah, what were you thinking when you looked at these two?
I think they work on basically anything. Whiscash is like, I was thinking about trying to use Whiscash as kind of like a Gyarados sort of proxy. It doesn't have access to Thunder Wave, which is definitely unfortunate, or Taunt, which are like two of the main moves Gyarados runs. But it's not really much of a but, it just doesn't have either of those moves. But yeah, you could still theoretically run like a Dragon Dance Mono Liquidation set, and then use a Helping Hand, and then maybe like Icy Wind. If we wanted to try and make this something which does a lot game to game, Icy Wind and Helping Hand are a great way to do that, and then Dragon Dance Liquidation can definitely like achieve a win at some points in a series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Icy Wind is currently the flex slot.
Okay, so Whiscash with a Dragon Dance is still not outspeeding.
Yes, you would want to get multiple Dragon Dances.
Yeah, and while that's happening, everything around it is dying, right?
Only
Presumably.
if you like aren't using Helping Hand to try and get that off, or like maybe like a screens, something like that.
Okay.
So also we have Intimidate, right? And
Yeah.
Rock Slide.
Yeah.
Broken. Maybe we like pair this with, maybe we pair this with like Rotom Cut, and then go for like Discharge, try to get things paralyzed in the early game, and then you only need one Dragon Dance with Whiscash to make it faster than things. And then it still has that Helping Hand sort of support.
Yeah, the Lawnmower is another one that I kind of considered. Seems like it goes pretty well with Whiscash, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Whiscash goes well with it more than it goes well with Whiscash, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Let's just like kind of chuck a Citrus Berry on here. Intimidate. I think we would probably want the safety goggles on Arcanine. I mean, or is this a Choice Man set? Are we just going like offensive, like Set Smash?
If we Choice Band it, we probably want to make sure we can get it to go first, right? Because it's not blazing fast. Not really fast at all in the format.
Yeah, I mean, we were like thinking about trying to paralyze things a lot in the early game, and then maybe pairing it with like a Prankster Tailwind. I don't think I've used Torn yet in the series.
I mean, it's unbelievably good.
That's definitely what you have chosen to believe as the person who drafted it, right?
Yeah. That is correct.
Are there any other mons on your team that are funny? Wug, but we just used Wug. I don't think any of the other Pokemon on your team would make sense, even theoretically. As much as I would love to use them.
Yeah, especially if we're not going Sand.
What, do you think Sliggoo would come on Sand, or Garchomp killing our own Arcanine?
Yeah, that's probably not the
so this maybe makes me want to run Earthquake instead of Icy Wind, since we've got the 2 ground immunities.
Yeah, I think that's smart. This Whiscash is looking unbeatable, actually.
Cannot be smart.
And then, are we investing in? Obviously, it'll have to be speed, right? We want to outspeed.
I think we're gonna want to. I mean, I don't know how much is speed. Look, we've got plus a double speed and then also -1 speed.
Yeah, and with Tailwind, max speed Whiscash is outspeeding everything except maybe like Dragapult in Tailwind.
Yeah, I mean at +1, I think it might outspeed Bundle.
In Tailwind, I think Oh yeah, with like booster energy.
Yeah.
We'll
booster
probably need
bundle.
a Dragon Dance, yeah.
Which is not bad, right? That's a big number. That is the
Yeah,
fastest
and
Pokemon in the format.
so are we investing in attack, or is it just going to be like speed and HP?
I mean, I think we probably run like some speed, and then we probably want to run a decent chunk of our special defense. I don't even know if it's attack at all. Like, I don't know if we care about the attack stat as much. This is not efficient use of nature. I think that we kind of want this to be able to take hits more than we want this to set up turn 1 and then try and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, like, because we want this to mostly be a helping hand bot, and then Liquidation and Earthquake are mostly what is good here, and we should definitely run Liquidation in that top slot. I'm learning, guys. I promise I'm learning. So then the other thing we'd run this is Extreme Speed, and then probably just Rock Slide last, right? You'd imagine.
Yeah, Rock Slide's really good with Tailwind, especially.
It could be a coverage move, but I'm gonna pretend like Urshifu doesn't resist both our stabs, or we could run CC slash Wild Charge.
We could run Wild Charge too, right?
I think CC is probably just better all around.
Yeah.
Now Rotom Discharge is currently the only move it has.
Storm. Right, probably
Leaf Storm probably makes some sense.
Are we scarfing this?
I don't think we're scarfing it. We've got Tailwind, right? I was mostly thinking that we might want a single target electric move, potentially Volt Switch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We could run like Wisp Blast and then do like Wide Lens.
Wide Lens or like Heal Berry?
My general concession is I want to put Citrus Berry on the funny Pokemon, and then if the funny Pokemon is can't afford the Citrus Berry, I give it a Pinch Berry. So
Fair.
yes, probably makes a lot more sense.
Okay, so
and then this one's
I'm
I think it's like, is it 113 is the speed that you want with Tailwind?
to outspeed what, like bundle?
That's a really good question. I don't. My mind internalizes a lot of things as, hey, this is kind of like that speed that you should do, right? Rather than, this is that speed you should do because blank. So let's check. In Tailwind, hitting 302, and then they're in that +1. That's max speed, so it must just be for hitting bundle outright. What was it? 113? Maybe it's Dragon Ball outright. At level 50, not 100. Okay, no, I don't know if 113 is for outside of Tailwind then. Or maybe it's a Bleakwind Storm combination. I know I've seen it on the other one.
This is a side note, but I'm going to put it in the Discord. This calculator is kind of nice because it has Terrastal in it and like...
This calc has Terrastal.
Oh, does it?
It's got a whole section for it.
I didn't see that.
Also, the one I have inbuilt into Showdown also has Terrastal.
Okay. I've never used one in Showdown. All right. Anyways, yeah. So if we want Whiscash at +1 to outspeed bundle, which I think it has to, right?
In Tailwind.
Because in Tailwind at +1, it needs to be 188 speed with a neutral feature.
Sorry, on 188 speed EVs. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, 188?
Yeah. 188 with the neutral speed.
Okay, there we go. And then, like I said, we want that special defense as well.
Yeah.
Terra Fairy is for CC. And like Crunch from Chien-Pao. It's kind of a cope. I just don't. I don't want to tear it into a type that's weak to Freeze Stripe still.
Could be Steel.
But then I'm weak to CC.
Sure.
Yeah, I was considering Steel and Fire, but I felt like they made us too weak to Shifu.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hope that they think we have Water Absorb.
Okay.
Like, I have no idea what this Pokemon is. Well,
right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick
we
with this because I'm gonna pretend it's correct.
We probably want to throw maybe an ice and rock resist on this team.
Well, we have an ice resist, but you're right, we definitely want another one. So you thinking Heatran doesn't resist rock?
Yeah, what steel type?
It's like a funny thick fat mod that also might fill that. Not one I can think of. I'll probably run more physical defense on this run. Torn. Now, sorry, that's right. Earlier I was going to check what the best Torn items are. I know there's like, there's like the, hey, do you go Mental Herb or do you? I think they basically always go Terra Ghost. But there's the question of, do you go Mental Herb for the Mirror or do you go Rocky Helmet for Urshifu?
Or we could go Covert Cloak so we can't be faked out.
Yeah, but then you lose the
like
Torn Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, you're not that concerned because you like running Protect.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Sorry, I think I'm overstating the count. I'm looking at it, and it says the Covert Cloak is slightly the most common, just above Mental Herb and Rocky Helmet, and then Sash is also in contention, as is Citrus. Oh, look, we could definitely go Covert. I don't know if we're too worried about like a turn 1, but we don't. I guess we're in a Protect on Rotom, so maybe it makes some sense. But then I think we probably want to commit to taunting the opposing. Tornadus. Yep, that's the Pokemon. And then,
So are we gonna speed creep it? Or are we?
We're definitely just gonna run max speed if we're running Covert Cloak.
Okay.
I think with Mental Herb you can afford to run less investment. But
can we drop Terra Ghost then? Can we just?
Oh yes, definitely.
Maybe,
Sorry.
Yeah. What, like Terra Flying for more damage or defensive Terra?
Terra Flying is currently like a damage out. Is there something that we want to like that we're specifically concerned about? Are we thinking like it's like a Terra Steel?
Well, here's what we could add. We could add Hariyama to this team.
Hariyama? Sure.
Yeah. I mean, thick fat, right? Resist rock.
That's the thing that we said we wanted.
Yeah.
Or slap like an Assault Vest on it. I'm not sure what its last what its last move is.
Drain Punch or Heavy Slam?
Heavy Slam. No, it is that's not Heavy Slam at all. I saw Steel move, I click Steel move. We doing this?
I don't see why not, right? I mean, with Tailwind, this will outspeed everything.
Oh, we definitely want max speed. I was asking more, do we do max attack?
Oh. Yeah!
Clearly this Rotom was speed creeping Hariyama. No, I think this 113 is speed creeping Jolly Ursaluna. That's why it's on Tailwind. Okay. It's for opposing Ursaluna and Tailwind.
Gotcha.
I knew it was for a reason. I just could not remember it because I'm not very smart. Or good at Pokemon. That's why I have all these co-hosts to help me be good at Pokemon.
Well, you picked the wrong co-host for this one then.
Well,
all right. We are currently weak to Psychic. Dark type.
Sorry, I was just thinking about what Terra we might want on Rotom. Is it just Electric for the damage out?
I think so.
Also, we run Terra Ground for stab on the funny move. Even though, like, Fairy is way better. I think we run Terra Ground for stab on the funny move.
Yeah, Ground is funny next to...
Mostly means we want Discharge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do we just kind of, like, want the Dark type with Fake Out, then? I don't know what Dark types in the format.
Weavile.
Crocodile is not very good with this team. That would just make us weak to Ice again, and Fairy weak to Fairy.
What about Weavile?
Hell yeah. You know what? Let's do it. Does Weavile have a Night Slash at least? Okay, because Sneasel doesn't, which is really tragic.
It is.
Now we have
we can even run like Fake Tears or something, right?
For Rotom?
Yeah.
I guess.
No?
I don't know if that is the best option, but you know what? Sure. You're the co-host. And we're definitely running Terra Ghost. Aliyama, Torn, Rotom, Weavile. Whiscash, Arcanine. Well, it's a Pokemon that we can helping hand with Whiscash.
And Arcanine, Terra, what do we want? Do we want fire?
Just normal for E-Speed? Or do we go, like, we don't have a Terra which would resist both water and fighting, because it doesn't exist, which is why Urshifu was good. So do we just go to a Terra that resists one of them? Or, like water, I mean, more specifically?
What if we go water?
I would probably be Terra Grass. I asked that specific Terra, because we didn't, like, this gives us the ability to check Amoonguss, as well as the ability to, to resist Surging Strikes.
Yeah.
Does everything else have a Terra? I think the damage out Terra on Rotom is fine. It also makes us neutral to Ice, which is nice.
Yeah.
As well as Fire and a Flying Resist. Okay, so this is... and then do we want the max health or the max special attack on Torn?
I think probably health, because if we can launch more than one Bleak Windstorm, I think that is probably more beneficial, or maybe stay on the field to get out at taunts or something.
So Whiscash is our specially defensive, Rotom is our physically defensive, Aoyama is hopefully taking special hits okay. Just get Snarl. Is Snarl better than Fake Tears?
It does?
Do we just want to take like that one less turn of damage? I don't know. Maybe the damage out with Thorn is sufficient.
I mean, I guess we have a couple pretty bulky mons on this team. Maybe Snarl is better.
Yeah, also we have like 3 physical attackers and then 2 special attackers, but they do appreciate Fake Tears because they're mostly clicking spread moves.
Right. I mean, they might be picking up one-hit KOs with Fake Tears that
that's definitely the thought process.
Right?
Well, I think we're maybe a bit offensive to go with Snarl. It really only supports these 2, and then theoretically Hariyama. The Arcanine's not bulky at all, and the Taunt's not bulky at all. Also, I think we should run Adamant, because we have Tailwind.
Yeah, agreed. Do we even need all the speed then?
I'm going to say that we won't always be in Tailwind.
Yeah, that's fair. And then last thing, Hariyama, is it bulky enough? Or is it just dying?
What's it bulky enough to do? That's the question.
Yeah,
what are we looking for out of it?
Is it going to do anything other than fake out and die? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, if we don't need it to fake out, it will probably get damage out, right? What is it? What is the Pokemon that we're concerned about it being OHKO'd by? So obviously we're offensive. The question is, do we want to attack?
Maybe like surviving a Flutter Mane like Dazzling Gleam or something.
I have to click the doubles button and then Dazzling Gleam. Yeah.
Okay. What about with Terra Fairy?
I mean, we could EV for this.
Do you think we should, or?
You're the co-host.
I think so. That's so common with Flutter Mane's on like what 97% of teams or something. So exaggeration, I know.
Flutter Mane is on 64% of teams, which is not really that much of an exaggeration.
Right.
I didn't think that was particularly hyperbole. That was just just accurate. So yeah, that leaves a Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam.
Okay, and then do we want to throw close combat on this? We do have close combat. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I got confused between the showdown set and this one.
Also, we should not put Fake Out in the first move slot. We want to make sure that we have reasonable moves in the first move slots. I think we basically would always prefer Bleak Windstorm to protect on Tornadus. I think Ice Spinner is probably our best general move rather than Night Slash, just because it's higher base power. Yeah, Liquidation. I think we're generally preferring clicking Flare Blitz than Head Smash because it doesn't miss.
Yeah, and then no Rock Slide on the Arcanine? What do you think?
Well, we discussed that previously, right? Is there a move you want to drop for it? Like this was to be able to bop what's it called? Urshifu.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I like it. This team is unbeatable.
It cannot be defeated. And this is like a pretty feasible team to draft, right?
Right.
You have 2 like low tier-ish Pokemon, well 3 with Whiscash. Arcanine's pretty mid tier, Torn's like around 1, and then Rotom's like pretty achievable Pokemon as well. I actually do not know whether Rotom or Hariyama cost more. Aoyama.
Oh, game popped up. Okay, and they hit timer immediately. Fun. Is this one me or you?
This one's you.
Okay.
So this just seems like a really strong Torn plus Weavile lead, right?
Sure,
Unless we unless we expect them to not be booster on Fluttermane, in which case we could lead Torn with Hariyama. Either way, I think we're following up with Whiscash and Arcanine.
Yeah, let's try the Weavile.
Alright, Torn, Weavile, Whiscash, Arcanine. Now, Whiscash is definitely not correct. However, it is funny, which is the main reason that I wanted to do it. So. Alright, fake out of Shifu, Tailwind.
Yep. Exactly what I was thinking. Terra Steel. Okay. Match. We are faster, so that's good. Bleak Wind Storm looks really good here.
Yeah, we definitely clicked Bleak Wind Storm. I think we fake tears the Torn.
Yep, exactly.
We could Night Slash it though.
I think I like the fake tears.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting that KO.
Yeah, probably not. Oh.
Oof, we missed the other one as well.
Okay,
that's rough.
Shifu. Okay, that's.
They've got a really bulky Torn. It's quite slow as well. So we just bring out Arc.
Yeah.
We Bleak Wind Storm and Fleblets because they don't have a fire resist outside of the Urshifu. And I think we Terra Grass.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah, I went too fast.
Like slightly too fast there.
Yeah, I should have thought harder.
Yep, we were still still discussing. Okay, well, Whiscash is time to shine.
Yeah, here we go. Whiscash cleanup hour. Let's do this. Okay.
Okay, now we Terra Steel our Torn, I think. We Terra Steel our Torn and we Liquidation the Chien-Pao. As well as Bleak Wind Storming, because it's the only move.
Or do we get greedy and go for Dragon Dance?
No, we do not get greedy and go for Dragon Dance. We will not be faster than Chien-Pao.
Okay, huge Terra Steel.
We hope this Liquidation picks up as well.
Yeah, in the rain it should, yeah. Okay.
We got a crit, it's fine. I mean, we can see, I've got a calc on screen, so if you look at my funny screen, yeah, we can see that it was a roll. Not bad at all. Okay, so we definitely just...
Do we Tailwind?
Do we Dragon Dance? I think we Tailwind and Dragon Dance.
Okay, so... Yeah, Bleak Wind Storm might drop the speed, but yeah, okay, Tailwind. Tailwind, Dragon Dance, let's see what happens.
Look, it's really the only correct play. We're especially defensive. We've got the berry. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
We did not get dropped into range of berry.
We didn't get it. Not low enough.
Now we just Bleak Wind Storm Liquidation.
Yeah. Setting up the rain was pretty good for Whiscash here.
Yeah, I'm surprised because they didn't bring Lando in the back, which is the main Pokemon I would have thought that would be for.
It's a good thing I saved the Terra for the Tornadoes, right? Right?
Sure. I mean, yeah, we didn't need the Arcanine at all, right? It's not like it's the featured mod or something.
All right. Well, that went pretty well.
That was overall a good game. Whiscash broke. Yeah. It got 2 KOs into 2 top tier Pokemon.
Wow, that was awesome.
Ignore that they set out rain for us. All right, let's go game 2. I'll take this one. What is the attack stat that we have? The attack investment on Hariyama.
Okay, so they're going to set up rain for us again.
Why do they keep doing this? Do we go Torn Hariyama with Whiscash and Arcanine in the back? Or is Arcanine bad and we bring Rotom?
I think Arcanine is not good here because of the rain.
Okay, Torn Hariyama, Rotom, Whiscash. I like Arcanine because it's an extreme speed resist, was my only thought.
Yeah, why do you like Hariyama more than Weavile?
Look at this team.
They have a ghost type, you know, like.
Yeah, but we can.
I get that's coming in the back.
Yeah. It doesn't beat the ghost type. We have Rotom for that ghost type as well, and Whiscash.
Yeah, of course, Whiscash. God, Whiscash is so good. I'm dropping something. Pick it up. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I don't necessarily recommend doing it. I think most Pokemon are good. Whether they're like consistently good or whether they are good when committed to is a different question. But so far, I don't think we've had any Pokemon except for Zoroark-Hisui which disappointed. And that's because we tried to run it offensively. The next week we ran the other Zoroark and we just clicked Snarl and it was so much better.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't have the damage to justify bringing it over another Pokemon. Sorry, I'm clicking Pokemon.
Yeah, you're
right.
clicking.
Yep, sorry. Rotom Whiscash.
Hey, we've seen this combo before. So Tailwind is going to do nothing against priority.
Well, it means that we're just faster than Chien-Pao. So I definitely want to fake out Chien-Pao. Are you saying that we just Bleak Wind Storm?
It's kind of, I was thinking to break multi-scale.
All right, and we Terra Stealing.
I could definitely see Terra Normal Extreme Speed happening right now.
All right, Terra Steel, fake out Chien-Pao. You think they're multi-scale, not inner focus?
I don't
Okay,
know,
I'm not shocked by that
one,
outcome. Okay, gosh, that does. Why is that a 2-hit KO? We're defensive. So I think I protect and we CC Dragonite.
Yeah.
They're definitely Sash on Okay, if this E-Speed that's a good play from them,
switch.
but I don't think it
really
actually
good
helps.
play.
I guess we don't do a lot to Basculegion with either of these Pokemon. I think we just Headlong Rush the Basculegion though. Tailwind and Headlong Rush.
Yeah, it's probably not going to pick up the kill though.
Yeah, I recognize that, but I just want it to be in range.
Yeah.
Because we kind of expect both of our Pokemon to go down this turn. Okay, well, good news is we didn't click any move that helps against. Oh, they're faster.
Ooh, big damage, yeah.
Right, the speed equalization. I didn't expect Torn to live. I can't expect them to both attack. Rotom is not likely faster than this Basculegion, but that's fine because Torn is.
Yeah, we have to be careful with the Wide Guard here too.
Do we? Aren't we just doubling the Basculegion with Bleak Wind and then Volt Switch?
You know what you could do? You could taunt. Oh no, because Wide Guard will go off first. You could taunt the Pelipper though.
But what do we benefit? Shouldn't we just try and get damage on it and then Volt Switch into Basculegion?
Yeah, they could counter Tailwind here.
But then they're not stopping Bleak Wind Storm going off.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's a much better counter Tailwind than the thing that I thought you were saying they would do.
Yeah, see. Oh, they didn't Tailwind. What did he do?
He clicked Hurricane into Rotom. So that it's in range of Basculegion, presumably.
They might think that we're like Specs or something. Maybe you could discharge. Think you can get away with it? That'd be a game-winning play.
Sorry, maybe we can...
Discharge? Like protect discharge? Or even switch discharge?
I mean, I think that the Rotom just dies here. But I'm happy to protect and discharge.
Who goes
switch
first?
and discharge. No, I want to switch and Volt Switch. I never want to do anything that is playing into Wide Guard that badly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kind of just thought we could get away with it, with them maybe thinking we were locked into Volt Switch. But I guess with Bleak Wind Storm too, it makes sense to Wide Guard.
So I want to Liquidation the Dragonite and protect the Torn.
Yeah, I like that. So we can set up Tailwind again next turn.
Okay, we fully expect them to E-Speed into Torn here, I think. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I assume this Liquidation KOs in the rain. If it doesn't, I'd be very sad.
Yeah, Whiscash is way too good.
Whiscash is probably a top tier.
Yeah, it's counter meta.
It might just be meta, to be honest. I think that...
All right, this is gonna take Chien-Pao to Sash. So
do we ever DD?
Do you want? I think Dragon. Yeah, I think you Dragon Dance. And wait, maybe.
Do we switch in Rotom?
Tailwind,
no, we never switch in Rotom.
Do you Tailwind?
I mean, I was thinking we Tailwinded in Liquidation to Chien-Pao originally. We've already
but I think it's
Torn.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be Sash, right?
Yeah, so that's why Bleak Wind makes some sense. But we're just gonna die then, right? Don't we just get KO'd by Chien-Pao? Do we ever switch him to Rotom? No, it dies anyway.
Yeah.
I think we just get Tailwind up. Did I DD or did Liquidation? I don't remember.
You DD'd.
Okay, cool.
Which I think is the right call, yeah.
Rotom may not have died to that. I think we
Yeah,
just Earthquake
Liquidation-
Discharge, right? No, we Liquidation and
No.
Discharge.
Yes. Wait. No, because he's gonna Wide Guard, right?
Okay, so
Right,
do you think
could-
we Volt Switch?
I think you.
Do we have a
Volt
Whisper
Switch
on
into
Sucker?
the- Oh shit! Good call. Yeah, I think he's gonna Sucker Punch the Rotom, and
Okay,
he's gonna Wide Guard.
we'll see. He did not, and also
not
we
Sucker
really needed to get more damage out.
But we should live now, whatever he throws out, right?
What? I don't think we lived.
Yeah.
Okay, the double crit is very rude, but I don't think we lived.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can Whiscash do this?
Can Whiscash, Oko, Basculegion? I don't think
So
so.
the Chien-Pao is burned. Can we?
I mean, we're
ignore
just
it
hoping around it. We're
for a turn?
liquidating the Pelipper always here, right?
Yeah.
And we're hoping they go into Basculegion. Okay, and we're hoping it dies.
Okay.
Wow, that did nothing.
Oh,
It did not
doesn't
die.
That's too
But we can Earthquake here. And we
Yeah,
get
we're
the
still
berry
faster.
off.
No Wide Guard, so.
Oh, they're faster because of... Oh, no, we're not,
Yeah.
because we Dragon Danced.
We Dragon Danced, but a good switch. Can we? Oh, we don't have Protect. No.
I don't know what Protect would do.
Just like stall out the Chien-Pao.
Well, we
double
don't think that...
Protect.
We think the Chien-Pao just gives us our berry right now. The concern is really the Pelipper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, so liquidate.
Yeah, so... But we didn't have Spark. If only we were
Yeah.
Spark believers. Or, like... didn't get crit previously. But if we didn't get crit, we wouldn't have got the berry off, so we would have died anyways. I mean, I think we did okay.
Yeah.
They made some really good plays. And yeah.
Yeah, the Wide Guard
D9
mind games
is
were
sure.
trouble.
I mean, I don't think I ever cared about the Wide Guard that much. But obviously, I don't know if that crit Ice Spinner mattered. Game says Calc says that it was a roll otherwise, so it may have mattered. Though if they're adamant, that may not be true. All right, so game 3. I mean, I think 2-2 so far is good. Also, having Arcanine as that E-Speed resist would have been valuable.
Okay, this one's back to me.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
What a matchup, eh?
Yeah,
Rillaboom is very impressive. I think we need the Weavile lead with potentially with Taunt, but potentially with Arcanine.
Yeah, should we try something without the Torn?
I mean, we may still bring Taunt back. I'm not sure, but I think we go with the Weavile Arcanine lead.
Rotom looks kind of good here too.
Yeah, do we bring Rotom or Whiscash in the back?
Okay. Yeah, so Weavile, Arcanine, Rotom, and Whiscash.
We're very weak to Terra Grass Heatran, but you know what? If Weavile can't beat that, then game's just done anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the two leads that we were prepping for. So we fake out Iron Hands, and we Flare Blitz? Do you think Flare Blitz picks up Flutter? It should, right? But do we Head Smash because they do have the Heatran, and then they also have Roaring Moon they could bring in. I think we fake out the Iron Hands and we Head Smash the Flutter.
Yeah, I think Head Smash too. Flare Blitz probably KOs, but it might not. And if they
Oh,
switch,
Flare Blitz! I think Flare
Smash.
Blitz definitely does KO, and it technically it plays around Burn, to get around Sash, but they could always switch Heatran in the back, which I'm maybe more concerned about, or Roaring Moon, like I said.
Well, no switch.
They didn't go for the mean move.
Okay, no Sash. Nice, good start.
Yeah, they didn't try to win the fake out speed tie. Let's see if Moon comes in with booster. Moon does not come in. At -1, we probably don't pick up Hariyama. Actually, I don't think we picked it up at neutral.
Yeah.
Head Smash. How much do we think? It looks like Head Smash may KO Gyarados. If we just want to Ice Spinner the Iron Hands and Head Smash Gyara. Maybe
Or should I
Terra
fake Tears the Iron Hands? Set up the
For the
Rotom coming in?
Do we not think Whiscash can deal damage to it?
I think it's going to need Dragon Dance.
No, we're Head Smashing the Gyarados.
Yeah. I know that.
Are you worried about Terra Steel on Gyarados? I mean, I want Ice Spinner because it gets chip off, right? I just want to advance our game state against it. Fake Tears, they can 1, switch out of, and 2, like, get bulk out otherwise.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, like, if they switch, like, if the Gyarados doesn't Terra and we pick up the kill, having the Fake Tears on Iron Hands might be really nice. Because I don't know how much Ice Spinner,
right? There's no way Discharge is making it through it.
Yeah, Leaf Storm?
Yeah, but I feel like we just want to click Earthquake into it anyways, right?
Yeah, I just feel like Earthquake's not going to do enough.
I mean, you can Fake Tears. You're one of the 2 players here. Do we ever Terra the Arcanine?
Or do we switch? Do we switch the Arcanine?
There's definitely the option of switching Arcanine into Rotom and potentially also switching Weavile into Whiscash.
I don't think we want to Terra the other 2. I'm okay with Terraing Arcanine here.
Okay, I'm fine with double switching.
I think I like this.
I think there may be a situation where we Terra Rotom. I definitely don't mind a double switch, and I definitely don't mind the Head Smash and Ice Spinner or Fake Tears. Fake Tears is fine.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. Let's Ice Spinner here. Let's Terra Grass and Head Smash. All right, a little bit of chip. It does pick up the kill. That's huge.
I'm not super surprised by that. Yeah, okay.
That's basically exactly what I was thinking.
Is that how much you would normally expect that mon to do? Iron Hands is maybe a little bit better than our version.
Okay, so now...
Okay, so they are, like, genuinely max attack, it looks like.
Yeah.
Based on that Drain Punch damage. Roaring Moon. It's got really bad in one of its defensive. It's the other defense, right?
I think it's physical defense. It's bad, right?
Okay. So are we Ice Spinnering it and then switching Arcanine into Rotom? Because we kind of expect it to be Terra Flying, right?
Yeah.
Also, you're right. Fake Tears would be way more. Oh no, it's because they Drain Punched. Yeah, definitely Ice Spinner and switch Rotom.
Yeah, we're gonna switch.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good protect.
Okay. Bring in Arcanine.
Yeah. We have to E-speed here,
right? Yeah, I think we should E-speed. The question is, which mon do we E-speed?
I think the moon is more threatening to Whiscash.
All right. And then the other question is, are we Volt switching into Iron Hands?
Oh, man.
Or double Volt switching, like whichever one we target, are we Volt switching? I think the answer is we are Volt switching.
Yeah, and we know that, okay, the moon can't protect, so I'm going to Volt switch the moon.
Yeah.
Or I guess it could double, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Iron Hands is most likely Assault Vest.
This should pick up the kill here.
Mostly, I just don't think Iron Hands should KO Whiscash, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
And I think the thing we're most concerned... Oh my gosh, that does so much. Why is it do so much? On the plus side, if we Drain Punches us again, we get a range of... in range of Berry, but I think that it does Oko Whiscash the Roaring Moon with Acro, without Terra.
Are we just discharging here?
Maybe we should have Wisped.
Yeah, I think it's too late for that now.
Yeah, obviously now, but we've got to think about how we might improve for future games. Do we Wisp the Iron Hands and Earthquake?
I don't hate that.
Or maybe Wisp Roaring Moon and Earthquake?
I don't think Earthquake is going to kill the moon.
I don't know. I don't think
I want to discharge.
I don't think we're going to kill the moon. Okay, discharge.
And do you think I can get away with a dragon
No.
dance? Probably not. Right?
No, I think Whiscash dies before it clicks a move this game. Maybe we should Helping Hand discharge in that situation. Oh no, they went for the attack into the other one. Okay, that's cool.
Do we get a para? Okay, we get that one. We get both. Let's go.
Does the Earthquake pick up the Roaring Moon? No. Did they Terra Blast?
But it's slow now, and we're not dead.
Maybe we should have DD. I mean, we just discharge again, and then we liquidation the Iron Hands. Right?
Yeah. Is it worth Dragon Dancing? Probably not, right?
No, we want the defense drop more than we want the +1.
Agreed.
Like our out is them not clicking moves.
Right.
If we had
they just
waterfall,
have to be paralyzed forever.
7%.
Okay, we get the defense drop.
We got the defense drop and the parrot.
All right.
So I guess there's a question of at what point do we Helping Hand Leaf Storm, and is that point now?
I don't. Maybe because what's he targeting?
What's he building in there?
What's the bigger threat? But what's the only way that he loses? More defense drops.
Well,
So I think
do we
he
expect?
targets
Yeah,
the
if we
Whiscash.
expect this to die, we go for that Helping Hand Leaf Storm now. Otherwise, we Volt Switch and Liquidation.
Yeah, let's Volt Switch.
I think Volt is slightly more effective than the other one.
Other one? No.
Okay, that was the Terra Grass turn. I mean, we expect to live 1 Drain Punch and get our berry off.
Right.
We don't expect to live 2.
Yeah, we need another defense drop and some paras. There's another defense drop.
Yeah, we don't quite heal out of range, which is unfortunate. I think if they had slightly less attack, we'd be in a better situation, but they have a lot of attack. I mean, we just Liquidation again, right?
Yeah, we have to. Okay.
we don't have another play.
Technically
We
not
just keep clicking Liquidation and hope we get enough paras.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Oh well, that was a good series. I mean, they had a really strong like offensive Iron Hand set, and they turned it at the right time.
I feel like that was a tough matchup.
For sure. I mean, I think any matchup where we're bringing Pokemon... I didn't answer the question of was Hariyama cheaper than Rotom. Yeah, Hariyama was more expensive than Rotom. Where's the other Rotom? Wow, it's a lot cheaper. Even than I expected. Rotom was at 10, Hariyama was at 15. So Hariyama was out of the top tier this episode. Now that it's episode 10, let's do a recap of the series so far. Daddy, I don't know that you've watched all the episodes, but certainly you haven't seen the last episode because it hasn't released while we're recording this. Because we're recording on the weekend.
Parts of them.
So Terra Grass and Terra Fairy, and then our team consisted of Rotom, Mo, Tornadus, already forgetting Hariyama and Weavile, which I think was not any repeat Pokemon. I haven't used a Rotom before, and I don't think I've used one. Yeah. So in our first 10, definitely our most common Terra type is Water. Water is a very splashable Terra type. And then
Pun
2
intended.
grasses. 2 Darks, 2 Grasses, 2 Normals, 2 Fairies, and 2 Steels, with 1 Fighting and 1 Ghost. Both of those were Stab Terras just for extra damage. Oh, and a Terra Poison, which was defensive. So it's definitely a range of different Terra types that we've taken. In terms of support options, I have bolded the Pokemon that we'll use twice. So 2 Sarah Ledgers between our first 2 weeks. Every Pokemon I used on this team with Draco came back. So the Fluttermane, then again with the Amphasangoose, the Tinkaton again with Amoonguss Zapdos, and then Amoonguss again with the Annihilate Poedeer, 2 Arcanine H's in a row, and then the third one with the episode, as well as Amoonguss had its own episode in the middle of itself. And then 2 Armarouges, one with Indeedee, one without. This Arboliva Woodchian episode was super fun. And then, yeah, 2 Chien-Pals, not very surprising, just a very strong offensive option. And 2 Gothitels, actually. I just realized both the Chien-Pals and the Gothitelle were in the same week.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me. Hit me up if you want me in the Cacturn episode, okay?
I'll see if I can
get to you. It was a lot
of
fun, though.
I'll see if I can get to you at some point before episode
400.
36.
Yeah.
There's 26 episodes in there. I don't know if I have 26 other friends.
Right.
But yeah, certainly thank everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for coming along. It's been a lot of fun making it through this series. I'm really glad to have hit that 10 episode milestone, and I'll keep continuing on. Definitely reach out to me if you want to be in an episode, and leave a comment and a like, and share to anyone you think. This is episodes meant to kind of this series is meant to kind of bridge VGC into draft VGC by taking a look at all different sorts of Pokemon who you may not see in the standard sort of format as much, But take a look at what they can do, try to show how well they can do it in standard, so that you can get an idea of why you might want to use them in a draft team. So share it with any friends who don't play draft, and maybe it works. Any final comments from our amazing co-host?
I was really impressed with Whiscash here. I didn't expect it to do anything, and it did a little, which I thought was really cool.
We never clicked helping hand, which is very funny.
Yeah. So maybe if we do this again with Whiscash, we drop that move and put something else on there. I don't know. Maybe
I mean, I do think it was correct. Maybe more like a matchup difference, but you know what? Maybe the problem was that Whiscash was just so much better than all the other Pokemon we had that we never got the opportunity to. Maybe that was it.
It could be.
Or maybe we should have positioned it to get a helping hand E-Speed at some point.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, definitely thank everyone for watching. Absolutely consider picking out Whiscash at 2. It's like I said with Wug, it's a fine Pokemon at 2. The fact that I don't think there's a fully evolved Pokemon that has no use case. It's mostly just a question of how wide those use cases are and how much it's worth paying for them. Whiscash can definitely have game impact, so it's definitely worth considering at 2. But you probably don't bring it more than 2 or 3 weeks. But even then, that's fine.
Yeah, for 2 points, that's great.
It's only got one weakness.
Yeah.
Dying. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye.